Dricus Du Plessis, the South African middleweight champion, arrived in Perth, Australia for the UFC 305 to a warm and enthusiastic welcome from the local South African community.
It's crazy, it's amazing.
It's time for the 2024 Rugby Championship, and we have a blockbuster to get us started with the Wallabies hosting the world champions South Africa in Brisbane.
The fight week for Steelmarks feels like home away from home. The Boks humiliated the Wallabies in Brisbane last week by 33 points to 7, which will be more than enough motivation for Dricus ahead of his fight against Israel, the Jujuman Adesanya.
Dricus, Lucanio over here.
Hi brother, it's my pimps here.
We just want to wish you all the best on your coming fight. Make us proud, boya.
We've got the backing of the entire nation and myself. You make us unbelievably proud, and I'm sure everybody is know that you're going to give it your all.
Dricus, it's Bonke Banam here. So I want to wish you all the best for UFC championship fight, and I know you're going to bring it back home, brother. We got your back.
Woo! And they are driving.
The Boks will play the second leg against the Wallabies in Perth on Saturday, just hours ahead of Dricus Adesanya's UFC 305 main event. The Boks stars, Siya Kolisi and Eben Etzebeth, will walk Dricus to the octagon ahead of the fight against the New Zealander Adesanya in Perth on Sunday.
Playing the winner by TKO, Dricus Du Plessis.
The rivalry between Dricus Du Plessis and Israel Adesanya has been intensifying ever since Du Plessis secured a decisive victory over Robert Whittaker, catapulting him into the top ranks of the UFC middleweight division.
He came in the UFC, I knew who he was a little bit, but I didn't go, oh, who the f is this fake dude coming in? I just said, cool, there's another African in the UFC. That ticked me off a little bit, so that's what started this, but again, I'll finish it.
The friction between the two fighters goes beyond the octagon, as Adesanya, born in Nigeria and representing New Zealand, has made it clear that he wants to prove to Du Plessis who the real African champion is.
What's up?
I'm African, but I ain't no brother of yours, son.
Let's go. You my for real. I'll show you.
So what are you saying to everybody in New Zealand? What are you saying?
Joe, I'll tell you one thing. Yo, I don't need a DNA test. I don't need a 36 and me to know where I'm from. I manifested this. I said I was going to have this moment. And I know.
Adesanya's challenge to Du Plessis is deeply rooted in the pride and identity, as both fighters have African heritage, but their journeys and representations differ. This brewing rivalry adds an extra layer of intensity to their potential showdown, making it one of the most anticipated matchups in the middleweight division.
What does it take to be at the level where you are now?
It takes extreme love for what you do, extreme passion. I remember even locally when I was a champion, a double champion, people would say, listen, Dricus is good, but you can't compete with the guys in the UFC. He's not close to their level. And I won my first UFC fight and they say, okay, well, that was cool, lucky, but if he gets to the top 10, top 15 guys, he won't last. Get my first top 15 win, they say, cool. Anybody in the top 10 will smoke him, get top 10, get top 5, and now I just beat number 1. And it's fun, it's motivating, it's great because every time they say you can't do it and you do it, it makes all the hard work worth it.
Do you listen to the criticism though?
Depending on from who it is. For me, every guy on the street thinks he can fight. Every guy on Facebook thinks he can fight. I promise you they can't fight.
As the tension continues to build, fans are eagerly awaiting the clash, which promises to be not just a fight for the title, but a battle for African pride.
Adesanya, my house, let's go!
Until Dricus arrived.
South Africa is officially on the map now!
I'm the African fighter in the UFC. Myself and Cameron, we breathe the African air. We wake up in Africa every day. We train in Africa, we're African born, we're African raised. We still reside in Africa, we train out of Africa. That's an African champion and that's who I'll be.